Wolverine issue number 5. The only Marvel comic book that I collect is Wolverine. He's basically, my favorite. Him and Cyclops are my favorite characters, along with, of course, Hulk and Spider-Man. And you're kind of your standard people that everybody likes. I also really like Hawkeye. That's probably my top 5 characters right there. Again, it flip flops a little bit here and there, but I tend to lean towards Cyclops and Wolverine. This is really the only comic that's worth getting for me for Marvel. Now, I'm not reading every Marvel comic, so I don't really know for sure, but let me know if there's one I've missed out on. We're going to talk about this, of course, using my space system. So let's start with the storyline. We're going to give the storyline a 1.5. I do feel that it's issue 5. They should start to wrap this up. I'd like to see this wrapped up by issue 6 if possible. I think in general in comics, and I'll give you the pacing score right now. The pacing is a 1.5. I wish that the story and pacing of these modern comics would wrap up a little bit quicker. I remember back in the day, especially your pre-crisis age, where things would wrap up very quickly, like Days of Future Past, which is such an acclaimed story. I think it's okay. Actually, I don't think it's like the greatest thing ever, but I think it was okay. But again, that was a 2 issue, so I don't understand why these things need to be as long as they are, right? They just want to make them into graphic novels. So basically Watchmen, if they did Watchmen right now, it'd be like 70 issues or something silly, instead of 12. But that said, the story is still really cool with me. This whole adamantium thing. So there's some sort of entity that's getting all the adamantium guys. So Constrictor, you got Lady Deathstrike, of course, Wolverine. And they're all being somehow like changed and it's becoming silver to gold. Plus there's a subplot of Wendigo, who is this kid who sort of has like a little bit of a memory of himself, which is kind of neat. That's kind of neat too. There's actually a lot of neat stuff going on here. I do like Nightcrawler. He's also one of my favorites. So Wolverine and Nightcrawler teaming up together for a little bit of a short team up is really cool as well. There's a decent amount of action in here too. Like there's momentum in the comic. So overall, still 1.5 for story and 1.5 for pacing. And while I'm doing my 1.5s, I may as well give a 1.5 for the art, because I think the art is actually also really, really good. Again, I'm not super dying over it. It's not like the greatest thing that I've ever seen, but I still really like the art. So good to them. I like this cover of everyone possessed or whatever. That's kind of fun. Yeah, it looks good. This is a good comic. I really enjoy this one. The characters are a 2 out of 2 because Wolverine Nightcrawler is awesome. I like this Wendigo character. He's pretty neat. I like Cyber. I like Constrictor. I like Lady Deathstrike. They're kind of just being used by this force or whatever it is, but still pretty neat. That's cool. So yeah, I don't know. Overall, I really still enjoyed Wolverine. I'm going to give the enjoyment factor a 2 out of 2 as well. So I'm giving this one an 8.5 out of 10. Look, it's not going to blow your mind. It's nothing compared to the old, Wolverine titles, but like still, this is my favorite and the only comic I'm reading from Marvel right now, which I don't know what to tell you. I feel like everything kind of dropped off. X-Men has completely dropped off for me. It started out with a 1 or 2 good issue intro, and then it dropped again. We're back into the meh X-Men, that meh or X-Men. I don't know. Why didn't they go with the 97 lineup? Why didn't they just redo the 90s X-Men? Pay Jim Lee. Well, I guess Jim Lee's going back to Hush, so he's going back to he's doing his DC Batman stuff, which is going to be selling big time. So make sure you're that's on your poll. But yeah, I liked Wolverine. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Check out the other X-Men stuff if you're into the X-Men stuff. There's not as much content anymore, but there's still a lot of other stuff on my channel to check out. So make sure you like and subscribe, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.